what's up? I'm Leah, and this is my show, Livin' on a Dream. In each episode, I'll be sitting down one-on-one with an actor, a musician, or some other creative type. Some you'll know, some you'll be getting to know, but all of them you should know. They're living on a dream. Are you?
And what made you make the jump to Los Angeles?
When I was in New York and I was doing Tony and Tina's wedding, and I was fortunate enough at a young age to land a great agents, and then I was doing some day player soap work, and a lot of independent film is what gave me a start in New York, those raw, edgy indie films, and then I started getting auditions and going to produce stuff for a lot of television. So they all said, they said,
They're always saying
they, I know, listen, I don't know why. They said, go to LA while you're still, it's a television town, and I've always loved television, that's really my goal. So they said, go to LA while you're still young, and I had been up for some TV series here, so I was flying out a lot, and it just seemed like the right transition to make. A lot of actors and directors I'd worked with in New York had made the transition prior to me coming, and it was the natural progression at that point.
What was something that you wish you had done before you made the transition?
Absolutely, great question. I say this all the time, and I mean it wholeheartedly. I really try not to have regrets, because I believe everything happens for a reason. Every moment, every person that comes in and out of your life, we learn. It's something to teach us something. But if I could change it, I feel I came just a little bit too soon. With Los Angeles and Hollywood being such a television town, I wish I had a ton of theater credits, a ton of indie film credits, and nobody really cared. When I came here, it was like, where's your half hour? Where's your 1 hour? Where's this? And I came a little bit short of television credits, and it was hard to build that. So it has been hard to build that. So if I could change it, I think I may have stayed in New York just a little bit longer, because I feel like I would have had those instead of coming. But then I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't know you, and I wouldn't be where I am today in my life and career. So
and
no regrets.
I think that's kind of a shame, because I've heard that from a lot of people with strong theater credits, is that when you get to Los Angeles, it's like, yeah, so? And it's like, what do you mean, yeah, so? How many years of hard work and dedication and studying and training did you take to get this many theater credits? So that's always boggled my mind. You got into horror relatively quickly once you landed in Los Angeles. Was that ever a passion?
It's so bizarre, Leah. God, and I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to have this little niche now that I have in this amazing genre that the fans, I love you. It's all about the fans. They are, in this genre, in the horror genre, the most supportive people in the world. It's amazing to me. And so I was going back to New York, I'm still doing indie film, and then, you're right, I did one teeny little horror film that never even got distribution, and people started coming to me in horror. It's such a close little, like I said, like niche group. And then once I did one larger thriller, actually, like a horror thriller called Kinky Killers, that's all over Showtime and the Movie Channel, with Charles Durning and Michael Paré. That's a Ken Del Vecchio film. We did that, and it just kind of was a huge springboard, because it was a decent budget independent film shot on 35, and it just kind of gave me this springboard leading to other soon after thrillers like I'm so proud of, Robbie Bryan's film, and I got to work with the most incredible actors, Tony Todd and Billy D. Williams and Gabrielle Anwar and Terry Colombino and Frank Grillo, and there's just too many to mention. And William Forsythe, I love him.
But don't you love how she knows every name?
It's so important. It's important. You have to acknowledge the people around you. Film, any art is a collaborative art, and you can't do it alone. So I always shout out and give gratitude to the people around me, because I could never be here without them. So the horror thing happened, and when it hit, it just hit, and then I was getting offers, all over the place, and it just kept going into Slime City Massacre and Dahmer versus Gacy, and Slime City Slime City Massacre, I have to acknowledge Greg Lamberson, who is an incredible director, and Ford Austin is the director of Dahmer versus Gacy. So it's just been such a gift. And then, of course, my Ms. Nappy web series, which is such a part of both me personally, professionally, everything. So this horror genre is amazing.
But from the horror, you began traveling conventions and whatnot, right?
Woo!
You travel all over the world, right?
OMG, it's been insane. Flying very, very lucky to be invited as a guest to all the horror conventions and hang out with people that we watched when we were little, you know, in all the horror films from the Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's very surreal and it's so much fun. The best part of that too is getting to meet the fans. When you have the fans, again, I always refer to the fans because it's all about that, coming to you and telling you that, you know, they love you and you inspire them, and whatever the simplest little thing, it's such a warm fuzzy feeling. You're kind of like, okay, even when the chips are down, even when the finances are a challenge with this, you know, whatever it may be, you get those moments where you're like, okay, I am doing something right. You know, like I know I'm where God, universe, whatever you believe in, you know, I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right here in this moment.